This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, welcome to the episode where I write a number one hit. I mean, that's a bit of math. I mean, we don't know if it's going to be a number one hit
Well-
yet. Do you reckon it's got legs, Ben?
I can ask.
What do you reckon, Belle?
Whoa.
Well, Belle's never enjoyed publicly anything I've done creatively.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Well,
Sure, I have.
questionable.
I enjoyed.
Go on.
I enjoyed. Back in the day, you guys did that Dr. Carl impersonation video.
Right, so
That
you
was
liked an
nice.
impression I did in 2017. Is that the last
I enjoyed
body of
that.
work that you
Although
enjoyed?
I mostly enjoyed that video because of Ben trying and failing. That was the funniest bit. I enjoyed.
Okay.
Well, Bill, you know what I didn't enjoy? You
What?
losing
Yes,
best
there it is.
newcomer.
Yep.
Which
That's
is
the
how-
third
which
time
is-
you brought it up this morning.
And you'll hear it because it's what opens up the podcast. That's what we're leading with. So enjoy. Has everyone recovered from radio's Night of Nights, the Australian Commercial Radio Awards over in Sydney over the weekend?
No,
Belle, you owe me $6,000. I loaded up on you for best newcomer. Fortunately, it didn't come through.
I told you not to.
Well, I thought it was
said
a sure
from the
thing.
start
You know,
I was not going to win, and
I
look at
loaded
that.
up. It was good
I
odds as well. You were paying $7.
Bill, remember what we said? We said if you don't win, you don't come home. So my dad always told me.
Was your dad? I know you had a tough dad, but you know how when you play sport, there was always like those psycho dads that made their kids walk home from training if they weren't good.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
Dad
God.
wasn't
Was
like
he?
that.
He wasn't one of them.
No, he just didn't watch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my parents didn't come to anything I did either.
I remember
Yeah.
playing with
So,
kids and
I
like
get it.
they would have to like walk home if they.
That's
it's so bad.
That's
That's
awful.
hectic.
It's really bad. But
Is that why you made me walk home
You know
from
what?
Sydney yesterday?
Yeah. That's how champions are bred. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
if you look at you watch all those there's that Beckham documentary at the moment, and the underlying thing is their dads were pretty tough.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
all of their dads are like, hey, yeah, you're not going to school today. You're just going to kick this ball against the wall for 10 hours.
You're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to the dentist appointment or all the kids' sports.
But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead?
Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
I'm a proud dog dad. Ben and Belle, I have a little cavoodle called Toby. He's a very small, fluffy dog. And because of that, there's a certain voice I use when I'm addressing him. And look, I'm sure we all do that. It's not something that, you're probably okay with like your other half of people you live with hearing the voice, but you don't really want to hear like anyone in public hearing the voice because it's super lame. Yesterday I was taking Toby out for a walk, sort of got home all excited. Yeah, giving him some scratches on the couch and then brought him out and I was doing the voice and I'm gonna do it. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it just so I can put you there. So I'm like, hello, Mr. Toby, is it Toby? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just doing it. I'm doing it to put you there.
Gross.
So I'm down there. I'm putting his little harness on, little harness. Because
Good, I'm glad you use a harness,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
you don't want to pull on the neck.
Quick side note, you know what's super duper popular with pets these days?
The ones with
The
the name
name
on
With
it.
the name on
Yeah,
it.
I really
know.
want
Whoever
one.
started doing that would be a millionaire because
Yeah.
it seems like every single dog has got a dog harness with its name on
It's
it.
such a simple idea, but it's
Yeah.
fantastic. And then you see
Yeah.
the dog, or in my case, a cat, and you're like, oh, that's their name.
We've just got the Anko one.
Yeah.
It's just got the Kmart harness. Does the job. Anyway, so I'm down there. I'm on one knee. I'm talking to Toby. I'm like, you meet the Toby and Tim walkies. And at the moment, the neighbour's getting some like major renos done. And like, because I was just in my own little world putting this harness on, and there was two tradies like at the fence, just like looking at me. And I was like, and then the worst bit is they didn't even say anything to me. They were just sort of like looking at me like lol. And then I was like, ugh.
You and your tiny fluffy cavoodle.
And I just knew they would have been just ragging on me as soon as they went to the next house. And I was like so ashamed. I was like,
Gross.
and I just like, they're like, they saw me doing the voice, and it's supposed to be like a special thing. You're only supposed to, you realize how ridiculous you are when a stranger sees you doing it.
You were very vulnerable in that moment.
So vulnerable. And I'm gonna ask you to be vulnerable with me this morning. Belle, you have a cat. It has feline HIV.
Well, I have two.
Well, you have
now.
two cats with feline HIV.
No, it's not feline HIV, it's FIV.
Whatever.
It's not feline human.
And they have two eyes between them. So I imagine they're a little hard of hearing. They've been through the wars, those cats. But what is the voice that you would use when addressing those cats?
Okay, so if Gary and Jeffrey come up to me, I'll be like, hello, little boppies. Oh, you're so beautiful, little bops. And then I get their whole head and put my hands around their whole head like I'm about to squish it. And then I sometimes also put my mouth over their face.
Oh. Did you say puppies?
Poppies.
Poppies.
So there's Pop and Bop. So Gary is actually Bop and Jeffrey is Pop. So it's Bop and Pop. That's,
Okay.
You know, everyone, I feel like
Yeah.
everyone for
No,
their
it's lame.
pet as
It's lame.
well. And maybe it's just a cat thing, but you have the second name that you call them. Like they've got
Yeah.
their name,
yeah.
but then you have the name that you call them. So it's Gary, but he's Bop.
I
and
call
Jeffrey's Pop.
Toby Tobias. It's a bit of a funny.
There you go. See, yeah.
Tobias. What about you, Ben? I mean, yes, yeah, you're a country lad. You know, you worked on a dairy farm for years. You know, you keep your emotions in. But I'm sure even you, when you're addressing your cats and dog, you have a voice.
Oh, absolutely. It'd go something like, oh, it's a juju. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you? Oh, you want a pat? Oh, yeah, you like that, don't
No,
you?
it's too low. It's too deep. It's too deep.
You speak like Sims. you like make your own.
And I really
sorta.
get down into his ear and I go, oh,
Yeah, but yours is like, maybe that's the difference, Ben. You have a big dog. So big dog equals low voice, whereas Liam's got the little cavoodle.
Yeah.
More
You've
of a
got
high
a sort of
voice.
Hey, Ash Gardner. I mean, you've got pets. I don't want it right now. Mm-hmm. What I would love for you to do is give us Melbourne's traffic this morning, but in the voice for all the pets. Could you? Is that too cringe?
So channel how I would speak to Millie.
Yes.
In the traffic.
And imagine you're giving the traffic update to little Millie.
But anyone that tunes in now, if they don't
Yeah, I
hear
know,
this,
that's
they're going to tune in and be like, what is wrong
That's
with
the
Ash?
thing. That's why it's good.
Yep.
Yeah, really got over a barrel there.
Yeah, provide you with a glimpse of what goes on behind closed
Yeah.
doors between just me and Millie.
Also, if you're feeling it, 13, 24, 10, how do you speak to your pet? Like,
Yeah.
I would love for you to call up this morning and speak to us how you speak to your little dog or cat or whatever, turtle, whatever you got at home. 13, 24, 10 is the number. If you get in touch, we'll give you a $150 voucher for lunch today.
All right, 13, 24, 10. How do you speak to your pet? We've shared. Now you can share too. And we're also going to get Ash to do the traffic right now
Thanks.
in her pet voice. Good luck.
Barista made for you with 100% Rainforest Alliance certified beans. Whatever's on your mind, give into it. Wild Bean Cafe at BP drives you crazy.
Melbourne traffic.
Nova 100.
Oh, delays on the Monash Freeway. Slow City bound from the Princess Highway to South Gippsland Freeway. The Western Freeway. Slow City bound from Leaks Road to Hopkins Road. The Deer Park Bypass is slow going past Robinson's Road. The Mornington Peninsula Freeway is slow inbound from Eastlink past Thompson's Road. Okay, time to straighten up for the credit. Want the creepiest Halloween house? Lombard have the biggest range of Halloween decorations, animated ghouls and creatures under one roof. Enter if you dare lombard.com.au. Melbourne's weather, showers easing and windy. 15 the top today, partly cloudy. 17 the top tomorrow. Right now it's 10 degrees.
Oh, well done.
I'm like all the dogs in the cars this morning being like, oh my God, I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a walk. Just getting all excited.
13, 24, 10 Melbourne. How do you speak to your pet? We'll get your calls on after this. Erica joins us now in Langwarren. Good morning, Erica.
Morning.
What's your pet and what's their name?
I have a Labrador called Alexis Rose.
Whoa.
Okay,
good
so-
name.
It's like the name that you'd have like for your sister or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so pretend this is Alexa Rose, and how do you speak to them?
I go, Lexi! Oh, Lexi, come here, girl, come on! You're so beautiful, Lexi!
Yeah. And I think that's the decibel point that they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they're responding to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why we as people do high voices, aside from Ben who goes weirdly low.
He's a good boy.
What is it
Don't get
about
him
seeing
started.
something so cute that makes your voice just suddenly want to go up? It's
Yeah,
it's
it's a-
odd.
Guess because you're excited.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Brian in Frankston, tell us about your dog. What have you got?
Love you guys, and also I'm not being as honest as I should be because I'm not being totally vulnerable because Brian is not my real name.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for listening,
Doesn't
Brian.
want his boss to hear it.
or whoever you are. Yeah, no, I get it. It's actually fully scary. But so yeah, what's your dog called?
Yana.
Is that your dog's real name or a fake name?
Totes real. So shall I give it?
Yeah, you're ready, mate.
Hit us.
Hello, Yana. Oh, you're so good girl. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, goo, goo, goo. Oh, yes, you are, Yana. Very good girl.
Yeah, see, Brian, you're doing what I do. You're going low. I get
don't
that.
like that
It's because you got a big dog. Yeah, big dog, you go low.
I don't like that voice. That's not. I don't want to hear that voice.
Brian, you got yourself a Soul Origin voucher. Congratulations.
Good girl, Brian. Good girl. Liz in Hoppers Crossing, tell us about your dog. Big dog, little dog, what do you got?
I've got a little lap dog called Tay-Tay, Taylor.
Oh.
She's a Maltese.
All right. So
I imagine this is going to be quite high then.
You would
Is it
think.
named after Taylor Swift, Tay-Tay, or?
No, but sometimes we call her Swifty because of all the hype around Taylor.
Yeah.
I find this so funny how we're like, you've got quite a higher voice anyway, Liz, and you're talking about Tay-Tay, your little Maltese. I'd love if we're like, yeah, it's all going to be quite high. And like, do the voice, and you're like, no, give us your voice.
So I put my finger on her nose and I tap it and I go, "Hey, Dada, you're a beautiful girl. You're such a beautiful Papa. Hey, Dada."
It's an easy name to do as well. It's a cute, easy name, Tay-Tay.
Liz, you've
And when
also
I
got
put my-
yourself a $150 Soul Origin voucher. What were you going to say?
Boop, 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 boop.
Probably didn't need to come back to that. But no, it's good.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Morgan in Geelong, how you doing?
I'm all right. How about you?
Yeah, not too bad. Let's kick into it. Dr. Chris Brown is said to be the new host of Dancing with the Stars. Can you give us another TV show that he's hosted in the past?
Bondi Vet.
He's the Bondi vet. Never thought. I don't actually think I've seen Bondi vet.
Really?
Is it just like he's just a vet in Bondi?
Yep. It's not like Bondi Rescue. It's not him
Take
on the
me
beach.
back to the he
Rescuing
saves
dogs.
drowning dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, probably not gonna now. So I don't think it's. I'm happy I missed it.
It was a good show, to be fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's obviously good. It's been around for ages.
Yeah. Well, people like pets and hot people. So
Yeah.
it's a good mix. New Zealand voted in a brand new government on the weekend. Morgan, what is the capital of New Zealand?
Auckland or Christchurch?
It's neither of those.
So you haven't looked one in yet, though. Is there any other? Can you think of any other New Zealand cities
Oh, gosh. This is embarrassing.
higher up? A lot of people get this one wrong, though.
Yeah.
They also have an A-League team.
Okay, that doesn't help anyone.
And
So
here's a fun
It's a
fact.
gumboot.
The
Wellington?
yes.
Nice.
In the Wellington Phoenix, they have to fly from Wellington to Perth when they play Perth Glory, and that is actually the farthest distance that any domestic team has to travel in the entire world. So it's pretty unfair, if you ask me. Anyway,
Well,
little-
someone's riled up about that.
fun A-League fact for you. Morgan, Taylor Swift's movie dropped over the weekend, and it has a perfect 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ugh.
Can you name a variety of tomato?
Cherry.
Yep. Tinder Premium has more people using it than ever. Which direction do you swipe on Tinder if you want to match with the person, like you want to be with them?
I haven't been on that forever. Is it right?
It is right. It is right. Your thumb remembers, obviously. And, of course, you can dish out a super like as well.
What direction do you swipe for that, Liam?
Pretty sure up.
Very good.
Whoa! Someone's
Yeah.
been on
Weird,
Tinder
because you've been in
Premium.
a 7-year relationship, but okay.
Yeah, well, I still remember getting rejected on all the super likes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm pretty sure 7 years ago there wasn't a super like.
There was not. It was brought in about 4 years ago.
Oh, no, I'm sweating. No, you've caught me
Ah,
out.
classic.
Hey, Morgan, last question. Can you go 5 for 5 here? Happy birthday to John Mayer. 46 today. Can you finish these lyrics?
It's hard to be persistent when we're standing at a distance, so we keep waiting.
Waiting on the world to change?
Yeah. Not a lot of vibe there, but that's the lyrical content. You've nailed that. So you've got that smart speaker, Morgan.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
No worries. You also get to choose the next song we play. So do you want to hear MIA, which feels like it's been forever? Some weird radio edit version.
Yeah, that's going to be taken around to grade pastures, I think, pretty soon. But or would you like Mika?
I'm going to go with Mika.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Mika, Life in Cartoon Motion. One of the greatest albums ever made.
Yes, great choice. Thank you very much, Morgan. You have a great day.
Thank you. Same to you guys.
Everybody's gonna love today, gonna love today, gonna love today. Everybody's gonna love today, gonna love today. Any way you want to, any way you got to. Love, love me, love me.
Don't know about you, but that really takes me back to like year 9.
Yeah.
It is Mika Love Today. I believe Mika and Freddie Mercury, the only artists that could hit like 7 octaves or something like that.
And he,
Male, yeah.
Yeah.
that's why he says, that's why I try, little Freddie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I reckon we could have almost a Mika off tomorrow. Like we could put sucking too hard on your lollipop. Love's gonna get
I
you
don't
down.
want to. I don't want to quell the Maker fire, but I believe this year we've already done a Maker off.
Yeah.
Actual.
And
Yeah.
if not this year, Mayo.
Do we
Might
play
have
Big
been.
Girls, You Are Beautiful?
Yeah.
Ah, or Relax, Take It Easy. Jeez, I'm really not
You,
an
you
Mika.
really do love Mika, don't
don't
you?
know.
Lee?
We've got.
Yeah.
So good.
Grace Kelly.
What about Happy Ending?
Uh,
way
Oh, No, that's
Oh.
depressing.
Have you
That's
ever
really
seen the
sad.
Mika version where he's like around a piano? You know how everyone's seen Beyonce doing Halo with all the women behind her like, singing and they're all clicking? It's like a Mika version of that, and he's doing it live by the piano, and his voice, it's just like filmed on like a shoe. It's really bad quality, but he's I feel as if I'm wasting.
So what is he doing now? Why is it all gone to waste?
I don't know. Mika, yeah.
He's done the Cameron Diaz.
Do you know where he's from? Do you know where Mika's from?
Well,
no, Cameron Diaz.
she's
She
very,
called
success-
it.
very
She called it.
successful and then called it.
Totally, I
think
agree.
it's a
There's a
perfect
lot
reference.
of people I feel that have done that.
Who
I just
else?
like that you peeled
Cameron
her
Diaz
out.
is the one that comes to mind for me of someone who was at the peak and they called it.
Yeah,
You know?
Do you know where Mika's from?
Rove, no. Rove did Rove LA.
True.
So he didn't finish it at the
True.
peak.
True. I think I tried. Forget that.
Hey, look, quickly though,
I
before
never have
we...
to say where Mika's from.
Sorry, mate, we all moved on from
I
Mika.
know. Yeah, no, it had clearly moved on. That's why I tried to crowbar it in like 4 times.
Where's Mika from?
Lebanon.
Cool.
He goes from Beirut.
Cool.
There you go. What I need to do though before we jump into this next break is, for me, MIA Paper Planes, it's gone on for too long as the other 610 quiz song. And it's like a weird Radio Nova edit. No one likes that. So I think it's time we put it out of its misery.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not going to be fancy,
Yeah.
but it's going to be efficient.
Can deliver like UPS trucks. Already going hard, just pumping that gas.
Got him.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Look, on the team, I'm officially the dad. Like I am literally the dad of the team. But I certainly am also metaphorically feeling like a dad right now because I have no idea about the artists behind the #1 song in the world right now. Have either of you heard about Zach Bryan?
Zach Bryan.
Zach Bryan.
Liam, have you heard about Zach Bryan?
Is he a rapper?
No. Belle, have you heard about Zach Bryan?
No.
That's the thing. I feel like as a show...
#1 song at the moment.
#1 song in the world. So I feel like as a show, we're pretty contemporary.
Yeah.
I feel like we're definitely the youngest show on the dial. So I don't like admitting that we don't know who it is, but I have no idea
Hang
about
on.
who Zach Bryan is.
Is it so big blind spot for me? Is it country?
It is country.
Okay, that's
It's always
that
the country
figures.
that go #1.
Because
Why
it's
is that?
it's in America and they love country in America. And there's so many
Right.
people there.
So-
and I feel like they sort of whatever's big in America kind of is the #1 song.
Right.
Really.
So this is a bit of Zach Bryan.
Cold shoulder, cold
yeah.
time, you begging me
Is that Morgan Wallen or
Is that Passenger?
strange words
is that every country song I've ever heard?
This is a bit more Zach Bryan.
To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're
I mean, it's not. It is nice. Like,
He's an American Ed Sheeran.
Here's the thing as well. Like, obviously we're sleeping on him because he's doing a show here in Melbourne, completely sold out. You can't get tickets.
That's real country artist stuff.
And look, what we've done is we've called in a few favours here at Nova, and we've managed to get ourselves some Zach Bryan tickets. So if you're not like us and you're like, yeah, duh, Zach Bryan, biggest artist in the world right now. If you're dying for Bryan, 13 24 10, give us a buzz and we'll give you a double pass to go see him. Because I don't know how all three of us missed it.
Yeah, we totally
It's like
slept
when
on that.
it's funny because you know how you see when there's like a gig on and you're like, oh, I wonder who's playing there tonight, and most of the time you know. But I remember when Wallen was here and there was so many bushies walking around with flapper jeans.
Yeah,
and you know they're real bushies when they got the cattle tags on the hat.
Same as like Luke Combs. Like I was like, I don't know who that is, and then suddenly, sold out.
Ash Gardner in the newsroom. You're around most things. You know Zach Bryan.
I'm glad this news booth is soundproof because I've been screaming, Zach Bryan, something in the orange sun to me. You guys haven't heard
another
that?
language.
Any of
I don't know what
it?
you're talking about. I literally, I feel like an idiot. Like I feel like it's you being like, you haven't heard of U2 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Are you dying for Brian?
I'm dying for Brian. My boyfriend was on Zach Bryan ticket purchasing duties.
What?
Not Friday, just gone the Friday before, and we missed out. They went on sale at midday and they were snapped up within minutes.
Oh, so you mean? Oh, sorry, Ash.
well, I reckon we could snaffle a few for you.
Yeah, I reckon
Hopefully.
that's sneaky
I'll
something.
turn a blind
Just,
eye, Ash. You can take a few from the ticket cupboard.
A quick Google of Zach Bryan as well. So Ash, you must know this, but he quit the Navy. He was in the Navy and he quit the Navy to pursue music.
And he's from Oklahoma, but he was born in Japan.
What?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
What a card.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
Look,
learn about Brian. as
We
well.
have said if you're like yelling at your radio and you're like, yeah, I'm a massive Zach Bryan fan. If you're dying for Brian, you want some tickets, 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Always Live, Unified and Untitled Group presents Zach Bryan at Flemington Racecourse on Saturday, December 9. The show is sold out, but we do have some tickets to give away. Monique joins us now. Good morning, Monique. Are you dying for Brian?
Yes, we are, definitely.
Tell us about it. When did you first get onto Brian?
Probably around 6 months ago, sort of popping up through music we were listening to,
Yeah, right. Okay.
and just fell in love with him.
Yeah, all right. Well, you're heading along to the show. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you
worries.
so much.
I didn't get the vibe that you were dying for Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dan from Yarra Glen, are you dying for Brian?
Mate, we did everything to get tickets. We couldn't get them.
Oh, Dan, you sound like a man who's dying for Brian.
Are you
pretty much.
a bit of a sad cowboy, Dan? You like that sort of music?
Yeah, do, mate. Do love a lot of country.
Now, are your family from the country? Were you born out in the country, or are you one of those city slickers who sort of, has the ACRA and has the RMs, and you sort of, you get around that sort of lifestyle a bit?
No, I sort of grew up out there, man. Like, well, I didn't live out there, but always spent my time out there. So.
Yeah, I get you.
Well, Dan, mate, you're heading along to go see Zach Bryan.
Oh, you're a legend. Thank you so much.
No worries at all, Dan.
guys.
Thanks, mate.
It's weird giving away tickets to someone that I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people obviously,
Biggest artist in the world.
the phone lines are full
Yeah,
for
they're
Zach
shockers.
Bryan, and as they said, like the ticket, the show sold out, so people do want to see this guy. Courtney joins us now. You've been a fan for years, is that right?
Yes, I would die for Luke Bryan. I'm so excited. My partner loves him, and I just
When did you first hear Zach Bryan?
Oh, I'm probably 2 years. My partner's a die-hard fan. He's been loving him for years, and he finally actually made me love country a few years ago. And we were on the line for so long trying to get tickets, like just pre-sale, and then the next stage, and it was just like nothing. So. Yeah,
Courtney,
we couldn't
from
get anything.
listening to a few of his songs this morning, and we just played one before. To me, he's less country than the other country songs we play. To me, would you agree he's like an American Ed Sheeran?
Yeah, I love that's why I think I love him more.
Do you have a
he's
favourite song from him? Like, what would you recommend?
Something in the Orange is the best one.
Yeah, that's
by
definitely
far.
that's definitely
my
the big
favourite.
one.
Yeah, that is.
Just a man to me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
Okay.
Well, Courtney, we're going to send you along because you're dying to go
thank
see
you so
Zach
much.
Bryan. No worries.
Thank you.
No worries. The tickets are all yours. Always Live, Unified and Untitled Group presents Zach Bryan at Flemington Racecourse on Saturday, December 9.
To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am.
Like, it's nice, but I just can't see myself putting it on rotation for me, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I suppose some people are like, rap music, it's all about, like, guns and girls and money and stuff. I feel like country songs all hit the same beats, beats.
Yeah,
It's
but like I said, this is slower. To me, this is a nice, bath playlist. Like, I could hear this song, while I'm having a bath.
I don't know, just country music, it just...
You throwing shade at country?
Yeah. I reckon if you gave me
What do you got against
if you gave me 5 minutes, I could write a country song. I could write. I could. If you, 5 minutes, I reckon I could. I've heard enough to be like, yeah, I know what they all sing about, and it's all sad, and they're drinking brown liquor, and
Liam,
they're in the back of the truck, and
you know how radio works. You've said it out loud. Now you have to do it.
You give me 5 minutes, I'll write you a hit. I'll write you a country song in the next 5 minutes if you want one.
You know what? I'm going to give you Traffic, and I'm going to give you Lady Gaga Poker Face.
I've clicked my pen. I'm ready to go.
Oh, someone get this man a guitar. He's going to do a country song next. An interesting development on the show this morning. We were talking about Zach Bryan. You might have never heard of him. We hadn't, but a lot of the world have, because Zach Bryan is the #1 artist in the world right now. And Liam, you've come out and said that you don't think it's that good because he's country. Throwing a lot of shade at country music this morning.
Well, yeah, I did say I don't really like. It's a bit of a gap in my knowledge. I think I know a bit about music, but country music's never been one of those things that's really appealed to me. And I did say if you gave me 5 minutes, I could write a country song, because they're all, they sort of hit the same beats.
Yep.
So that's what I've done. I've brought a little friend in. And
been a while since you've dusted the old guitar off.
Yeah, been a while since
Did you ever play guitar?
Yeah, I know my way around a guitar or two. Just a lonely cowboy.
Can you give us a bit of Smoke on the Water?
Nah, I don't want to waste your time. Don't want to waste your time. I have written an original song in the last. I think it was about 5 minutes, pretty much.
If anything, to be honest, maybe a little bit less.
Yeah, so it's a little bit rushed. It's an original song by me, Liam Stapleton, and it's simply titled "Blues" by the Cornfield. Goes a little something like this. Cornfield blues, drink my liquor. Lost my girl, she broke my ticker. Oh, blues by the cornfield. Blues by the cornfield. Whiskey tears on the star-spangled banner. Working hard with my saw and spanner. American man driving in my Chevy. Now she's gone, I'm feeling heavy. On blues by the cornfield. Pickup truck, not giving a fit. Sad cowboy shit out of luck. Chewing backy, working hard, drinking bud in my yard. On blues by the cornfield. Come on, y'all, sing it with me. Come on. Ready? Oh. That's pretty much what I got up to when I ran out of time. But yeah, that's an original song. It's called Blues by the Cornfield. I'll be performing before Zach Bryan at Flemington Racecourse.
It's funny because even though I wanted to rag the song, it did sound like.
This is what I'm saying. This is exactly my point.
If you told me,
It's a bit slow.
If you told me that was an actual song and you were just singing it, I'd believe you. Blues by the Cornfield sounds like a real country song.
Did you swear?
Hey?
Did you swear?
No, I made it sound like I was going to swear, but I went foo.
Foo.
I didn't
Can't
announce it.
complain because you didn't actually swear.
I didn't.
Don't know about that.
And it rhymed with truck and luck and.
Oh, if it rhymes, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'll be doing some live signings at Chadstone this weekend. So yeah, come say good day.
Imagine this: you're taking your dog for a walk this morning, and your dog's off lead. That's fine. Going for a bit of a run around, having a bit of a sniff. You look over, and there's a kangaroo drowning your dog in a puddle. What do? Well, Mick in Mildura, you chose to fight the kangaroo. I think that's the right option, mate. This is a crazy video. There's no context really though of how it happened. So, good morning, Mick. How you doing?
I'm well, and how yourself?
Doing good, thanks, Mick. So from the TikTok that you uploaded, you just see your poor dog. It's getting essentially drowned by this kangaroo. You're a great owner. You go over to defend your dog. How did it get in that situation in the first place?
Well, it's funny. A long story short, basically the day before I'd done a thing called Walking Off the Wall Within, which is a mental health thing in memory of Nathan Shanahan, who basically came up with this idea. It was a 20-kilometre walk with 20 kilos on your back, and So I did that, and then
Yep.
the next day, obviously, woke up a little bit sore. Thought I'll just go walk this out type thing, just to active recovery. So I walked down to the river with my 3 Akitas, like I do, like all the time. Got to the edge of the water, and I was just doing some stretches, and I. Now my dogs, 2 of them usually, or 3 of them usually go into like knee-deep water, and they will just have a bit of a drink and a swim. But then I looked, and there was only 2 of them there, and I couldn't work out where Hutchie the pup was. And the pup's renowned for chasing rabbits and roos and doing what pups do. And so I done a few stretches, and I thought I still haven't seen Hutchie, so I moved around a little bit, and then I looked, and in the water was this roo, and it was huge. It was like jacked,
massive.
And and the weird thing was, it had its arms down in the water like it was semi-bent forward.
Yeah.
And I just stared at it for a few seconds, and it was just staring me out.
Yeah.
And then I all of a sudden, Hutchie comes up from under the water just pouring out of his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's like he screamed type thing. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And then, but the funniest thing was, I had a friend come over from Thailand recently, and I was trying to show him a kangaroo, because he'd never seen one.
Yeah.
And I said, explain the whole concept of these kangaroos drowning dogs and this and the other, and he didn't believe me. So as I started walking into the water, I thought, well, I'm going to get a video of this, because now he has to believe me.
Yeah.
So I got halfway to the roo, and the whole time we're just making silly noises in the hope that it would just get scared and let Hutchie go.
Yep.
And I got closer and closer, and he quite literally was locked on, and Hutchie was breathing quite heavily, like he was really struggling.
Yeah.
And then I got that close, and then I'm a bit embarrassed about the fact that I swore, because I didn't realise this was going to go viral.
Yeah,
So I got close, and it was almost like I just told him I was going to hit him. And I just open-handed him, and as I did, he's let go of the dog and jumped me. So
yeah, Nick, it's horrifying because essentially you walk over to it and it's holding your dog, and then I was like, okay, what's going to happen here? And the horrifying part is this kangaroo is jacked, and it squares up to you, like it literally stands up, puffs its chest out.
It's like and especially because kangaroos, they have their sort of arms like in a bit, but it's like it's got bigger arms than people you would see at the gym.
Yeah, just quickly, this is the audio you mentioned. You mentioned you wish you didn't swear because it was going to go viral. It has gone viral. This is the audio from when you squared up to the kangaroo.
I'm going to punch your head in. Look at my dog.
So then you've got the kangaroo off your dog, and then you slowly just kind of back away from the roo. Were you scared, Mick?
Well, when I actually did back away, I mean, I looked to make sure Hutchie was not in danger anymore, and I couldn't see Kenji, my other black and white Akita, so I was worried. Oh my God, I hope he hasn't. So I looked around the water, and then you can't see it in the video, but the kangaroo actually has another bit of a go, at a bit of a lunge after me again as I'm walking away. That's why I started laughing. And then I got to the edge, and then as soon as I got out, I tried to make sure my phone was okay, and I sent the video to my friend, and it was like, told ya.
That is so cool.
Now, Mick, just before we spoke to you, I did a bit of Googling and, a bit of a PSA for everyone. So kangaroos, what they'll do is, they go into water if they feel threatened by another animal.
Yeah.
They'll go into the water hoping that predator follows them, i.e. your dog, and then they will drown the animal.
It's like a taxi.
So
Yeah,
it
right.
is. They lure the in most cases, people's dogs into the water. The dog comes after it. They push it under.
But
So
what that roo wasn't expecting was a big Mick to come after it.
Now, Mick, we noticed on your TikTok when it was uploaded, your Instagram handle was Mildura Martial Arts. So we're assuming you've got a martial arts background. You might run a dojo or something like that in Mildura. Honestly, with all your skills and your training, would you back yourself in, like putting that honestly, because we've seen the kangaroo and people should check it out online.
Yeah.
Would you be able to put that kangaroo in like an arm bar, or do you think it would have had you for breakfast?
That's the funny thing, because I've done a lot of different martial arts for a lot of years, and I've settled down on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because I like the fact that I can control the fight with, I can slow it down or whatever. But and I know this is silly, but I actually, when we grabbed each other, I tried to take it to the ground, and in my head I was like, "That's underwater, you idiot."
You wanted to roll. You wanted to roll on the mats with that roo.
I reckon we should promote the biggest rematch of all time. It's Mick versus the roo. We get the roo into the dojo.
Oh well, look, Mick. Obviously, PSA, don't fight native animals. But if it's trying to drown your dog, you sort of have
Just
to.
do what you gotta do.
100% had to rescue
But
it.
like Mick did as well, you backed off, you let it, you left it.
And
and
an amazing story to tell. And honestly, I would not believe you. If you told me at a pub and you didn't have that video, I would say, yeah, whatever. Like,
We'll put the video up on our Insta story as well so everyone can check it out.
Yeah, Mick, it's absolutely wild. Ben Lehman Bell on Instagram will reshare your video there so you can see it with your own eyes. It's absolutely horrifying. Mick, mate, all the best. We appreciate your time.
Yeah. Just one little thing.
Yeah.
The one thing I didn't want to do when I put it up, I didn't want it to sort of seem like I was being cruel to animals or anything.
It doesn't come across like that.
Not at all.
It
You
seems
backed
like
off, Mick. You backed off, and I love that. As a big animal advocate myself, Mick, I was worried to watch this video, but when I saw it and saw that, you did what you had to do to get your dog out, and then you left him. And
No,
that's
Nick,
great.
you come across as brave, but not mean.
Yeah.
Which is a good line to toe. Hopefully you pulled up okay if you competed in the Melbourne Marathon yesterday. Raised over $1.5 million. Well done. 40,000 participants. It got me thinking, though, with 40,000 people running, how many of those people failed?
Oh, yeah.
Like, how many of those people woke up Sunday morning and went, I'm going to go run a marathon, and then they just conked out?
Well, hey, is it really failure if you got there in the first place and you tried your hardest?
But they didn't get there.
Yeah, but it's like, you still, it's pretty good still if you run like 30 Ks.
Yeah, but you could also sign up for like the 10K, and if you only made 8, then that sucks.
Yeah, in my head, if you're there to do 10K and you run 8, that's a failure.
Like Sunday, nothing worse.
The world ain't full of sunshine and rainbows, kid.
Yeah, thanks, Rocky.
Waking up on a Sunday morning, and we had a big night on Saturday night because we had the radio awards, and and you look at your feed and it's like Melbourne Marathon. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Why
we
does that have to
get
be a
it.
Sunday? Make it on
Yeah,
a Saturday at
we
least.
get
But,
it.
there's people on my feed who I know for a fact are not fit, and they're just like, doing the run and like doing the Melbourne Marathon. I'm like, well, you would have done the 3K probably, but also like just posting it for clout.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I know for a fact I saw you out last weekend and you are not in an okay state.
That's the thing.
Belle, are you trying to say you don't like it when people post fitness stuff on their Instagram? Because pot kettle. It's like sometimes I'm not sure if I'm following the BFT
Why is it
page
different?
or
Because you're
Belle's
on air,
page.
because you're on a radio show.
No, because it's not doing a marathon as a once-off. I go there every day, and yes, sometimes they tag me in it, and I repost it. Okay.
Oh wow,
whatever. What I would love though, you're right though, Belle. A lot of people were posting it on socials. I would love to know if there's anybody out there this morning who's willing to be honest and put their hand up and say, "Yeah, I went to go do it. I didn't finish it."
Yeah.
Or maybe you rocked up and just went, "Nah, I can't do it."
Yeah. If you didn't finish the Melbourne Marathon, 13-24-10, give us a buzz. I would love to speak to you.
Ash Gardner in the newsroom. I would say you're the fittest person, not only on the team but at Nova.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a bit cool.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, you've done like triathlons and like everything. But
Yeah, yeah.
You've done the Melbourne Marathon before?
Yeah, I did it last year.
And do people, like everyone finishes, right? Or is it sometimes that people just can't quite get to that last little...
Well, I mean, the final kilometre heading into the MCG, I think that was the thing that took me aback the first time I did a marathon last year was how many people were kind of lying along that stretch. And I mean, it's a very well-resourced event. There are a lot of people providing support in terms of medical staff. So they were being seen to by all the paramedics and medical staff. But that was something that really threw me was how many people were kind of lying by the wayside seeking help.
Well, let me say the phone lines are pretty quiet. I suppose you're not feeling like telling the radio station that you didn't quite make it. But look, if you're honest with yourself, you didn't quite get there for whatever reason. Maybe it was some chronic blistering. Maybe the nipples were chafed off. I don't know. 13-24-10. Give us a buzz if you didn't finish the Melbourne Marathon over the weekend.
Yeah, if you call up for this one, we're going to give you a brand new pair of Hockers.
Oh, the Hockers.
The Hockers.
Where did they come
They're
from?
kind of blowing up. Did you
they're
notice that?
everywhere
I've got a
now.
pair of Hockers.
Do you?
Yeah.
Are they just online?
No, I don't know. I bought mine from online, yeah.
Yeah, I'm tossing up getting a pair.
Yeah, you can get them on Kogan.com.
You can buy them in stores as well,
You
Belle.
can?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where, like, 'cause
They've got a super...
they came out of nowhere.
They've got a very unique shape.
Yeah.
They're like, it's kind of like,
They're
it's
a bit
almost like,
bubbly.
it's almost like rounded on the bottom, but I
Yeah.
think it's supposed to help you run.
Yeah. Can I just say they don't look cool? Like I know
But
they're probably
I-
great to run in, but I don't like people rolling around in their Hockers. Like
I think Hockers are so ugly that they're trendy.
Yeah.
And,
You know what I
and they're
mean?
functional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want a pair of Hockers, 13-24-10, we'd love to speak to you if you didn't finish the Melbourne
We'll
Marathon.
hoof you some hockers.
Talking about the Melbourne Marathon yesterday, and the topic of Hockers has come up. We did say we have a pair to give away if you'd like them, 13-24-10. I got my first pair of Hockers 2 months ago. recommended to me by someone who runs a lot here at Nova.
This isn't an ad, by the way.
No, it's not an ad,
We
no.
just started talking about them.
It's just, I'm sure listening to the radio, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, I have seen Hockers everywhere. They're a very unique shaped shoe. Ingrid has given us a buzz. Ingrid, you just want to chat about Hockers. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I work in a theatre in a hospital, and a lot of people wear Hockers.
Oh, they help they propel you down always
They're
quicker.
the shoe for our medical staff, keeping us alive and healthy. The shoe for the everyday runner. What can't the Hocker do?
An emergency, then everyone can run really fast.
Ingrid, have you got a pair of Hockers, or are you just seeing
No,
other
I
staff
don't.
with them?
No, I don't. I just see everyone else with them on.
Did you want a pair?
I'd love a pair. Thank you.
I'll give you a pair of Hockers. Thanks for getting involved.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. Kogan.com if you want to get your Hockers.
I love how we were just like, hey, if you didn't complete the marathon, call up. And the only call we got was like, I've seen people wear Hockers too. And we're like, cool, you want some Hockers? Hocker. No 100.
Not an ad again.
Chris, you competed. How did you go?
Hey guys, yeah, I did the half marathon yesterday. Not great.
No, what happened?
I feel like I should have used a fake voice like that bloke that did the dog voice.
yeah, change the name. Yeah.
What happened, Chris?
I had a pretty intense nipple bleed, which wasn't a great idea wearing a white running top.
Whoa.
That was pretty obvious throughout the run, and then I went out far too hard too early, and then just died at the end. So I wasn't.
Are you,
very
sorry, Chris,
proud
are
of
you like a runner in your spare time and you thought you'd give it a crack, or did you just come out of nowhere and thought, I'm going to give the half marathon a crack?
No, I play football, so I'm relatively fit.
Okay.
It wasn't the first time I'd done a half marathon, but without a doubt, I've only done one well before this one, but this one I will never do it again.
Chris, dude, I get it. I get it, man. Like, I'm a bit chub, and a few years ago on the show, I did a marathon with like no training, and I didn't even have a running top, so I wore like a t-shirt, and I remember Ben saying like, "Are you gonna wear that shirt?" And I was like, "Yeah, like whatever." Like, and I didn't really know the nipple chafing was a thing, but literally,
You don't prepare for it.
It is brutal. Like the nipples were drilling, and then the blisters I got in spots that you never should get blisters. I remember like going to the toilet later that night, for like a number 2, and I sort of finished up, and the pain was immense when I went back there, and I had blisters in my butt
where the sun don't shine.
I had blisters in my ass.
Ass blisters.
Yeah. So it's congrats to anyone who did the fully and got blisters in their ass today. Just pour one out for them and think of them while they're at work.
How are the nipples feeling 18 hours on? Like, how are they this morning?
Yeah, the Vaso has got to work. I slept topless last night from a rest, and I'll be working from home today.
I like the idea of you.
I got chafed nipples.
You coming into work like you're a businessman in a button-up shirt, and you've cut the holes out in your shirt just so your nipples can recover.
Yeah.
Like I
Like
did the
Mean
marathon
Girls.
on the weekend.
Hey, Chris, can I
Not a good
ask,
look.
before we let you go, what shoes were you wearing?
I wear Nikes.
There's
There's your problem. There's your problem.
Hockers.
You got to get yourself a pair of Hockers, mate. Well, what about we'll sort you out with a brand new pair of Hockers, well, thanks to Kogan.com.
Thank you so much, guys. Love
No
it.
worries. Throw the Nikes in the bin.
No.
Get yourself some Hockers. It would be great if we could actually, because as we said, this hasn't been a sponsored bit, but I mean, Hocker will love that.
Oh,
we
yeah.
just go. We got Hocker love this
We
morning.
should do a new slogan for Hockers, and it's like, Hocker your old shoes in the bin.
Yeah.
And get yourself some Hockers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Lehman Bell branded Hockers.
Yeah. Oh.
Just,
that's pretty
just
nice.
thoughts. Just some thought starters. Would we like to pay some bills?
No.
Nah.
Okay, well, I...
Psych!
Oh, gee,
I do want to pay a bill,
You
Liam.
had my head spinning there. And that's the sort of fun you get here on the Ben Lehman Bell program. Pranks, skits, fun. You're getting fresh hits. You're getting throwbacks. And money.
How do we feel, because we are going to pay a bill next, how do we feel about paying somebody's mortgage because it is a Monday?
I don't feel good about that.
But
no,
normally
I'm
on
just joking.
Oh, wow, this is so lame.
Bloody got
Yes,
it again.
we're going to do Mortgage Monday because we do it every Monday. Not a surprise. We're going to pay someone's mortgage
All right,
after
fun
this.
police bill.
Gee whiz,
That was the boring one.
Police have arrived.
Sorry about that. Sorry about Bill.
Nova's $150,000 Pay Your Bills.
Eva in Brooklyn, how you doing? How's your weekend been?
My weekend has been fabulous, Ben, Liam and Belle.
Oh.
I've had an awesome weekend.
That's good.
A little thing for me, Eva, I just love it when people say Ben, Liam and Belle.
It's a touch of class.
It just feels like I'm pretty sure most people don't know who they're listening to.
Yeah.
I'm Liam talking right now for the record.
I was going to do the test.
You're going to do the test?
I was gonna do the
Well,
test.
let's still do the test. Who's talking right now, Eva?
Ben.
He just said Liam.
I literally just told you.
Wow.
But this
Every
is
time.
this is what I'm getting at. Like people don't know, you know. It's, you know,
You
yeah.
guys. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you before we give you some cash, can you so I'm Ben, I'm speaking right now. What can you say about me? Like, do you know anything about my life? Like, do you know, like, what's one thing you think of when you think Ben?
That you just had a baby.
Pretty good, Eva.
We'll take it to the bank.
Yeah.
We'll take it to the bank.
Yeah,
beautiful
Freddie.
Freddie.
Yeah. Oh,
Freddie,
two
she's
for
done
two,
it.
Eva.
She's done it.
Very good.
Dare,
All right,
dare I ask?
Ooh.
No, I think Eva. Can you name?
What was that?
Can you name anything about my life?
Do I know many things?
I'm Liam. Can you tell me one thing about my life? Like one thing.
When you think Liam, like what's something that comes to your
one
brain?
thing.
One thing, that you want to take over the footy tipping.
Yep.
That was a more obscure one, but I'll give it to you.
Actually, if anything, proves that you were listening at a weird time like a few months ago. So, like, yeah. No, there you go. No. Now do Belle.
No.
Belle loves going to the gym and is very passionate about her vegetarianism.
Yep.
and
You're getting
her
the money, Eva.
anti-racing and all of that.
We've held your
I
feet.
think you guys balance each other out really well.
Thanks, Eva.
Eva.
We've certainly held your feet to the fire a bit there, and like, you know, to be fair, it's not an expectation. Like, it's just the thing you register. You were going to get the money anyway, but I appreciate you for coming on, and we'll pay your mortgage for the month. How does that sound?
Oh, that is absolutely astronomically amazing, Nova. Thank you. I'm over the moon.
It is
to be
our
honest.
pleasure, Eva. Thank you so much for getting involved. If you would like to get your mortgage paid by Nova, you can register via the Nova Player app or novafm.com.au.
It's October 16 and festive season has well and truly kicked off already. The advent calendars have been released by companies.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what they've got this year, Belle. Before you tell us, let me take this big sip of water.
Well, you've got your usuals. You've got your chocolates. You've got your like skincare ranges. You've even got, like other foods and brands. Then you've got your sex toys. Ben. That's over the top.
Well, we weren't expecting that.
You say sex toy advent calendar?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me one little bead.
Second one the next day. No, one of them.
3 golden butt plugs.
Well, I just said bead because I thought that was, more implied than, but you
At
really, you went
6:30,
there.
whatever.
Yeah, we'll be right.
Look, can I go through my top 3?
Sure.
Yeah,
Great. So,
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry, my fault.
So it's by a company called Love Honey, and they just do sex toys and stuff. And they've
I
released
thought they did
these.
honey.
They've released these, and you can get cheap ones, which they sound like a lot, but they are very cheap. So they're $200 for 12 pieces. $200 for 12 toys
Do you have
is
to
really good.
construct it, build it together like a sniper
rifle?
And by Christmas you've got
No,
real.
it's just it's different vibes and, dildos and stuff like that. And then you've got the $300 ones, which is 24 pieces.
Get a big walloper on that one.
Well, they do. There's the kink ones and the backdoor ones, and they're all themed. So if you want a themed
You've got
advent
to open
calendar
the
for your lover,
advent calendar on one of the days from behind the advent calendar.
that'd actually be a good little feature.
Well, maybe you're into that for Christmas. Get your hands on them before they're all sold out.
By me.
You are here with Ben, Liam, and Backdoor Belle.
Don't.
You said it. You said it. I wouldn't say we're a radio show that's known for being successful, but we did win an ACRA over the weekend. A lot of people wouldn't know what that is, but it's like the Logies for radio.
Yeah. So, people don't care about the Logies. Imagine how much they care about the radio version of that.
And ours isn't telecast or anything.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, we did win an ACRA. That was for best comedy segment. That was good fun. But Belle, we had to fly to Sydney to be there. And I bumped into you in the elevator in the morning, and you seemed so highly strung about the whole day.
Well, yeah. So it was Saturday morning at the hotel. So the event was that night. And as a girl, the prep starts 3 days prior. You don't just rock up to the event. I started cutting down, and this sounds bad, but started cutting down on food intake as of Thursday. The dress that I was destined to wear was 2 sizes smaller than I was at the start of the year because I have lost weight over the year. So it was one more size, just a little bit tight, and I had to make sure I could fit into it, almost like a wedding dress. And I didn't have a backup dress, so I had to make sure I was in there. So Saturday morning, I got up early. I went to BFT, my gym. There was one around the corner because it's, countrywide. So I went to there, did a full cardio workout, got back to the hotel, ate a banana, and then pretty much hair and makeup for the rest of the day. And then, event that night.
So that's all you ate
had a
for
banana.
the entire day was a banana.
Yes. Because I had to make sure I wasn't bloated. So when I eat, I get really bloated for the rest of the day. And my dear...
Is that why you were walking so slow when we were trying to get in there?
No, I was walking so slow because my stiletto heels fit me, but the straps were... Honestly, I took my shoes off later in the night and my feet were so swollen, but they had blue lines where the straps had been on my feet.
Why do you put yourself through that?
Because I had to fit into that dress.
Fashion
It was a
is
gorgeous
pain,
dress.
darling.
But my lovely mother as well actually added to it all on Saturday. I sent her a photo when I was all ready and dolled up, and I sent her a text and said, look, all ready to go. And she replied and said, wow, like you squeezed into the dress. You're going to be so bloated by the end of the night. Please make sure you're in a hotel room by yourself, no men, and in your own bed so you can release all that gas.
Wow, you make me
thanks,
feel like
Mum.
a princess, Mum. Thank you.
Well, that makes sense why you were so highly strung in the elevator. And it also makes sense why you were snappy at me because I mentioned to you what I was having.
Yeah.
And that I was just getting warmed up, Belle. So your diet for the day was a banana.
Yeah.
Mine was woke up, went to a bakery and got a beef pie.
Nice.
What?
And then I also, while I was buying said pie for breakfast, I saw that they had these yummy rhubarb and like custard cronuts.
You're not saying no to a custard cronut, are you?
Who's saying no to a custard
when
cronut?
It's there on the table, you know?
What is a cronut?
It's like a
like a donut?
it's a croissant cross a donut.
That's insane.
More butter in it.
Yeah. So I had my beef pie, I had my rhubarb cronut, and then on the way home, I spied a Starbucks.
Yes, and this is what I clocked you downing.
Yeah, so I went into Starbucks and I helped myself to a little grande salted caramel rock salt frappuccino. It's there.
With like full whipped cream on the top and everything.
Yeah, full whipped cream. That's their special at the moment. If you get a chance, I recommend it. And then at lunchtime, I was feeling a little bit peckish. So I went to KFC and I got a 3-piece feed, large.
Love that.
And then I added 3 strips to it. And then we met in the lobby.
6-piece feed.
Yeah, 6-piece feed. And we met in the lobby at 5, but like 3:30, I was a little bit peckish, so I went and got a tin of Pringles from the 7-Eleven.
That's insane. That is insane.
Honestly, when you messaged at 4:30 and you're like, well, I'm ready a bit, because we had to be there at 5, and you're like, I'm ready a bit early, like, should we all meet downstairs? I was in bed with all the blinds closed, eating a footlong and watching a Liam Neeson movie. And I was like, oh, yeah, I suppose I better get in the shower. I love being a man. It's awesome. It is awesome.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.